Come on. Sign in. It's a bit slow, but hopefully it will come up. Projects.
You usually use Canva to make something.
Yeah, it's easy and it has a lot of templates for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's take a little bit of time to load it, so bear with me. How can I present it? Share. Okay. Open a new tab. But if I open a new tab, you will not be able to see it. Okay. My apologies. So today we have a topic to discuss. It is sustainability in farming, and put it in the context of countries like Vietnam, where we rely, where majority of our economy, domestic economy, rely on agriculture. So what we will discuss is why do we need to build a sustainable farming. I would like to discuss three topics only, and as this is interactions, the discussion among ourselves, because I am even though I am like I have 30 years in finance and accounting, but I am not a sustainability and in compliance expert. I have the same generic understanding like you guys. So our first question: why do we need to build sustainability in farming? And why do you think we need that? Is that the resource using for farming is like unlimited? It will we can farm forever. What do you think? Can you guys see my screen, Alice?
Yes. Hannah, do you want to speak something, to discuss something, Hannah? Why we need to build the sustainability in the farming? You understand the sustainability?
I mean, sustainability. I mean, I understand sustainability is a subject, uh, uh, a subject, what what that I want to become. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
is it right?
Sustainability just we develop and we maintain and we create and take care the next generation and take care the future.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, Miss Lam.
I think the general definition of sustainability is that we develop a method, or we carry out our business in a way to preserve the resources, to best use it. So we can maintain and preserve the resources for the futures.
Yes, maintain resources. Yes.
Yeah. So and so in this case, when we talk about farming, what do you think are resources that farming needs?
Land. I think land.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
and water.
yeah, land and water, soil.
Anything
We
else?
need
Oh,
to use
yeah.
soil, waters,
Yes.
and what else?
Uh, a tree,
Uh,
forest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
forest.
Yes, air.
Pollution.
pollutions. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to preserve the environment and reduce the environment impact of the farming.
Yes.
Um, yeah, because I think like we saw on the news,
Mhm.
fish farming in Mekong Delta
Yes.
was impacted heavily because of the hydro electronics that was built upstreams, which caused a drought.
Yeah.
And also it's the heavily used chemical in all the other farming that cause the pollution to the water, and therefore the first of all the result or the harvest of farming is reduced. So it is impact the result of all the farming activities,
Yeah.
the quality of the product. And if you recall, there were also the long time ago there was do you remember an incident of Formosa, a
Ah, yes.
chemical
Yes.
factory that destroy the fishings and fish farming
Yes.
uh, around that areas. And what happened when the resources for farming are impact destroy, it won't impact the livelihood of farmer, and therefore it's threaten the sustainability of the farming, the economy of the farming. So that's why when our economy and in our life, because we do need the produce from farming for our society, economic society. um like we rely on rice, we need poultry, we need fish, we need the cattle, like pig farming and cow in for our life, and vegetable as well. Not only for domestic consumption, but it's also for exporting as well.
Yeah.
I read on the news recently that the economy, like China and US, import a lot of our agricultural produce, vegetable, fruits, and especially I think Vietnamese durian are very popular in China as well. It's
Yeah.
and don't forget about coffee.
Yes.
Coffee this year, coffee has been sold in a very good price. So it is not so we need a sustainable farming to maintain the stability of our domestic economy, and also the export activity, which bring more foreign currency to our economy. So the to make sure that the farmer can have a stable livelihood, to make sure that the contribution to maintain the contribution, the steady and growth contributions of the agricultures and to our economy, we need to protect, to preserve the resources which are crucial for farming.
Yes. Okay.
So that
Miss
is
Miss Lang, can you check? You choose the entire screen. You move to another slide already, or just you just stop in the
is
yes.
it any better?
Yes, but right now you choose the entire screen already, or just one screen.
I think it's one screen, I believe. Let
Yes, when,
me.
when you move to the other slide, maybe you choose the entire screen and you move to, after that they move your news screen. It's okay. You
Yeah,
understand?
no, but because like I said, I will only have the agenda for the
Agenda. Just only
yes,
agenda.
yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
That's why
Yeah.
you only see one screen from my presentations,
Okay.
because in this case, from what I would like to work today is to have you guys participate in the discussions.
Yes, no problem. No problem. It's like so right now we have the three discussions together. Maybe Cường and Vũ Ngọc and Xuân Chu, how we can help Miss Lang to discuss the three suggestions for the sustainable ability in farming. How I
So
yes,
I think what we just discussed is why do we need to build sustainability in farming, and the next question that I would like to discuss with you guys is the key challenges for in farming to the key challenges in building the sustainability in farming in Vietnam in particular. What are the characters of Vietnamese farming or the
yeah.
farming in Vietnam compared to other developed countries like in US or in the UK?
Yeah. So who won? Vũ Ngọc, could you? Xuân Chu, Xuân Chu, could you want to discuss with Miss Lang?
Just a thought. What do you observe about the farming? What are the characteristics of the farming in Vietnam?
Yes, I share the screen Miss Lang and maybe okay.
Mhm.
So I will help you to make the discussions better for everyone. The first, Vũ Ngọc, yeah, Ngọc, could you help me and discuss with Miss Lang, okay? Ngọc ơi,
I think a little bit about the challenge of farming. Uh,
okay,
I think most of Vietnamese farmers operate a small slot, but they destroy a lot of trees, so it make erosion.
Mhm.
errors, error,
Yeah, yeah, I understand.
you
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
so they don't have long-term strategies
Yes, yes,
in
Yes.
farming. It's they
mhm,
operate like in a short term without any planning, and therefore sometimes you won't see on the news that from time to time we have like a different campaign of rescue something.
yeah,
Sometimes it's rescue the vegetable, sometimes it's rescue the watermelon,
the rescue
so many things.
program,
Yeah, and because there is no national agricultural planning
mm,
to to utilize the resources to best produce the
yes,
balance agricultures. We don't have that because the farming activities are carried out by individuals. They
yeah,
do
yeah,
have their
Yeah.
association, but they don't coordinate or collaborate. So therefore, you so often that when there is something which is in short supply, like
mm,
I don't know, there is
okay,
sometimes the price of rice is raised so high because
yeah,
there is not enough supply, but
yeah,
farming take times to
rural,
to produce
yeah,
the
to
product. So that's why by the time everybody rush to plan or to raise that particular product,
Yes.
There are so there are oversupply for that product, and
Mhm.
therefore the price drop. So it is like a roller coaster because there is no planning,
Mm.
and
Yes.
they only rely on trends. So when they see that the price, like pig farming, for example, there are times that there is not a short in supply, so the price is so high.
Mhm.
Everybody rush to raise pig,
Uh,
and it's ended up that they have to.
over
Yeah, it was like oversupply, so
over
that's why it's it
the
that means
price down, and after that, rescue
yeah,
program
yeah,
continue.
so the price crash,
Yeah.
and there were time that I remember in the farmer do not even pick up the produce, like I don't remember, like potatoes or carrots. They don't pick it up from the field because the cost to pick up the produce is
Mhm.
even higher than the sale price that they can get from the wholesaler
Yeah.
who collect so the collecting or picking cost even higher than the sale price, so they let it rot on the field, and that is a huge waste of resources, and it's also impact hugely the income of the farmer. And if they don't have a way to plan, to identify that this year what is the maximum output of certain product
Mhm.
in agricultures, it we will always see that trend of like roller coaster of price going up and down, depends on um, the the news, on the vibe. It's like an officers, the farmer, they don't have informations to design the crop, what should they raise or what should they produce this year in order to have the maximum benefit from
Mhm.
that crop. So lacking of information is another criteria. Lacking of information to plan the crop or plan the seasons for farming is another character of farming in Vietnam. Apart from the small scale and individually owned, lack of collaborations is another character. So that is why it's very challenging to build a sustainability in farming in Vietnam. It needs the control or the directions from the government in order to have farmers to have better result for their effort.
Yeah. So
And yes.
okay. So the first, I think that we have to sum up the main reason. I think that the main reason, the education. I think that that education and the
Mhm.
thinking. Yes, the old thinking. And right
Yeah.
now we have I think that um the the youth, the young farmer
Yes.
maybe just lower, and no one the young, no one, and no one to work in the farming, no one
Yeah.
to the farming, just the
Yeah.
older
It's
elder.
it's yeah.
Yes. So
that
right,
is
yes,
that is like a workforce in farming.
yes, and there are lack of the workforce, and the workforce not update the thinking and educations and
Mhm.
the knowledge and they just traditional, they just use
Yeah. So
traditional
their approach or their method of farming
yeah the
has
tradition
not been
yes
updated
yes
to utilize the modern technologies, because
yes
that is another character of the farming in Vietnam. They have not yet utilized the era of technologies and informations, because in I know that in one of the Vietnamese student that I know, he study in US for using intelligence, artificial intelligence in farming.
oh
They use the they collect data on the weather, on the soil, on the water resource, to
yes
predict the outcome, the harvest outcome of the crops, and therefore it will help the farmer to plan the crop. So when, what, and how much to plant
mm-hmm.
to best utilize and prepare for the weather conditions of
Yeah
that season as well. So that is an advanced use of technology in
yeah
predicting the outcome of the of farming. But
yeah
like the countries, the neighbor country, like in China, they collaborate. They group together the
yeah
farmers in a village,
yeah
and they use drone to spread the seed, to fertilize the field, and also monitor the field to plan the harvesting. And also they use the website and e-commerce platform
mm-hmm.
to sell their
Shelter.
produce.
Yes
So that's why with that collaboration, every farmer in the village gets
yeah
the best out of their field.
yes
And it needs collaboration, and it needs people who know how to use technologies and utilize the e-commerce platform to
yeah
benefit the farmer. So you're right, Hoàng. It's the farming technologies are not only the farming equipment, but also applying technologies in utilize the resource. So we use the list and produce the max to
yeah
is a way to have building the sustainability in
yeah
farming. And at the moment, the lack of collaboration and the traditional the farming methodology method has not been updated in Vietnamese agriculture, uh, is an obstacle to build the sustainability in farming.
yeah
So
the first I just make uh the in Vietnam right now most I think that I just suggest I just guess that most of the farmer in the Vietnam mostly elder maybe
mm,
the age over 50 over 50 because the young people don't want to do farming and they go to the big city like
yeah,
Ho Chi Minh yeah to work and they lazy and they don't want to continue their family farming because they thought that the farming is poor and not cannot
yeah,
become richer. So
Yeah.
I think that the older, the elder, so maybe we change their thinking is so hard and harder
Mm.
than the younger. You understand?
Yeah, yeah, it
ma-
is a limitation
yes,
of the
yes, yes,
workforce. Yes,
yes.
because they
Yeah,
they
we need the young people, the next generation, uh, so brave, so ready to take the to continue doing farming.
yeah.
Yeah, not
So
not
yes,
leave farming, not leave farming. Yeah, to go to the another job. So I think that the second the approach and the method. You see the new technique. You see the new
mhm,
technique. Yeah, you can train the how to roll the rice. Most of in the Vietnam rice. Yes.
mhm,
So I think that we can change the new technique. Uh, the approach, the method, very important. Very important.
yeah.
Yes, because
So
I work in I
yeah,
work in the Lọc Trời company, so I think that's right now Lọc Trời uh um change some of the method and change some of the approach. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So Lọc Trời have the certificate, the sustainability in the farming in the 2023, 22, 23 already. Yeah,
yeah.
but right
So
now I think we don't have.
yeah, that is a way, one way of adding value to agriculture produce by following like a renowned standard and following the certain farming methodology to comply with that standard. So your produce and product can be sold in the advanced market like
Mhm.
in Europe and in US
Yes.
because the quality control and the food industry standard is very strict in the markets.
Yeah.
In Europe, even more, even stricter than in US. So, but the sale price. So, for example, a coconut in
Yeah.
supermarket here is £3, £4, sometimes £5. So uh it had much more value than I bought a coconut in Vietnam. I think it's like a 20,000, but here £5 is about like 150,000. So by complying with the by following certified farming methodologies, your product can be sold in the market that have strict standard and therefore
Yeah.
have a much better value um, for
In
the
the
same effort. So
yeah.
it is so for following a standard, following a farming standard, it is also a way for you to not having to use a lot of resource, but you produce maybe even smaller amount of product, but still get a much better value for your crops.
Yeah. You see it. Yeah. You just compare that the foreign customer maybe have the strictly to take care more than the farming
Mm.
when import in farming from the other country they ask they request a lot of the characteristic and qualifications anything about the quality so
Mhm.
yeah
And they have to trace the origin of product to the farm.
yeah
Because, for example, if you bought a box of strawberry in the supermarket here,
yes
you will know that which farm does it
yeah
comes from and from which batch. So if there is anything happen, they can trace that package of strawberry to the farm, and even to the lane, the plot that where the strawberry was picked,
Yes.
grown. So that transparency is a must have, is a standard that you have to comply if you want to sell your produce in a market like in Europe.
Hi, Suren. We discussed about the key challenges in farming in Vietnam. You work a lot of the Vietnam farming in the Mekong Delta. Could you give me more opinion? I think that you have a lot of the opinion about the farming in Vietnam. Sugan.
So first of all, I think very, very, informative and very productive discussion and information is, coming uh, very, appreciable. And what, we hearing so far within Vietnam and the rest of the world is absolutely correct. Coming to Vietnamese farmer in Mekong Delta, rice is the backbone. And currently, almost close to around 8 million ton they are exporting out of Vietnam.
Yeah.
And sustainable practices are very, very critical. European and American importers, primarily on the sustainability point of view, they are more concerned about the residual pesticide. Farmers have to use a lot of pesticide to control the insect and pest.
Yes.
And European and particularly American markets are very strict in terms of what residual pesticides, percentage to go while they importing.
Yes.
And so sustainability is very critical. The best farming practices or global gap, uh, there is a lot of advocacy to have a integrated pest management and produce sustainably without harming the environment and the soil.
Soy.
So it's very interesting what I heard from the also, in terms of the digital, the precision farming, the kind of traceability on the strawberry. Absolutely. I mean, this is now, very much possible. Like banana, if I'm producing on X place, whether in Philippines or in India or let's say in Vietnam.
Yeah.
These days in Europe, you see in the supermarket like Tesco or Asda in UK,
Yes.
you'll see the traceability. There is a barcode you can scan and you can see that where this product is coming. So this is towards the sustainable farming without impacting or polluting the soil or environment.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
yeah.
and it is I think the way, even though the way of farming in Vietnam 30 years ago, it's produced less, the volume of output, it's much less
Yeah.
than the modern day, but their way of farming at that time is very it's preserve the soil. So, for example, we instead of using the chemical
Mm-hmm.
fertilizer
Mm-hmm.
in the old time, they use the compost from leaves, grass, and like it is they compose the green leaves and farming waste to use as a fertilizer, and they also use the stock, the livestock waste, uh, process it, and then use it as a fertilizing. And the way they carry out the farming activities, it's more environmental friendly than the modern farming in Vietnam, because when I was in high school, we one of the subject that I was taught is agriculture, is farming,
Mm-hmm.
and and the way we were taught how to carry out the how to take care of the to plant the like rice, to plant veggies, and it have it's applied the soil rotation, like
Mm,
in 1 year you plant the soybean, which will enrich the soil, so you can turn it in to next year. It will enrich the soil for the next year that you plant something else. So that is the soil rotation. But that was the farming methodologies 30, 40 years ago. And at that time, I think the demand for agricultural product was not as high as now, but it's our ancestor. They know how to use the environmental friendly user elements that make farming sustainable. So I think there is a hope that we can combine the traditional or the farming methodology that our ancestor used before with technologies to try to preserve the resources for farming, so our future generations still have the um, still can thrive from the agricultural activities, and our agriculture can still be a major part in major can still contribute majority to our economy as well. Um, that is, I think that is my definition of success in sustainable farming, that we will make farming become a stable, like farmer can have a stable livelihood, stable
mhm,
income from farming, because that is important for for the farming. Otherwise, like you said, Hoàng, no young people want to keep farming, and what happened with disappearing farming?
yeah,
We might become like a countries like Japan.
mhm,
So I have one addition. I mean, what you said is right, but normally what happening in Mekong Delta, if you see, the farmers are using, the NPK, which is nitrogen, phosphorus, and potash, which is around 160-60 NPK ratio. Now,
mm,
what happening in the growing population, whether it is in Vietnam or the globally, productivity improvement is one of the key need of the, humanity. We all need to figure out how we produce more within the, available the land. We all aware that, urbanization is happening. As you said, right, that, a lot of young people are moving to cities. Nobody want to, get into farming. But
mm,
on the same time, we all need food.
mm,
So what happening right now in last my experience in Mekong Delta,
mm.
farmers are growing rice 3 times. So there is a 90 days crop,
Three
rice,
farm,
and
three farm 1 year.
1 year, yeah, 3 time rice, and
Wow.
and and they produce 10 ton per almost hectare, a
Yes,
very high productivity in Mekong
yes,
Delta.
yeah,
Now there are some areas like in near Kamau and near in Kinjang, Enjang, where
yes,
farmers take two rice and one shrimp
yeah,
intercrop rather than taking the soybean. Soybean is good to take, but normally in the rice, because since it's a flooded and a lot of water in that area, so normally two rice and one shrimp in Enjang and Kinjang, but rest of area in Mekong, farmers are
Yeah.
taking three crops. Now,
yeah,
question is to how to grow it sustainably. And when they grow lot of rice continue, there is a lot of disease and pest pressure. And pest is coming one insect called brown plant hopper. Disease is bacterial blight, blast. These are the some of the common diseases in the rice, and farmers are using heavily, pesticides to manage. And a lot of companies, multinational companies, including local companies which are sourcing the material from China, they are trying to see that how they can capture the required yield or desired yield. And honestly speaking, Mekong Delta is one of the leading producer of rice in Vietnam, and Vietnam is also the largest exporter after US in the rice.
Yes.
Quality of rice is good. So sustainably producing, it is really a dream. It is a need, undoubtedly. I agree with you. But on the same time, the pressure of the productivity and pressure of the population increase, and also to improve the income at farmer level to sustain the agriculture. Farmers, are putting a lot of chemical
I know.
fertilizers. Fertilizers are mandatory. What happening? Farmyard manure, as you said, that is really important for the soil health. But without urea, which is coming, giving the N, then DAP, MOP, and
Okay.
other, the crop nutrition product to meet the nutritional requirement of the crop. Because when they grow three crop in a year, soil don't have the enough
Yeah.
nutrition to
Yes.
produce the required output.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, Mekong, the total race is how to produce more, and I'm also part of that. I mean, I'm trying. I mean,
But
as a organization, we have tried a lot to see how farmers can get more output.
yeah,
So
but do you think changing the perception regarding the nutrition requirement could also have the impact? So I take an example. Instead of having rice 3 times a day, if people can have the rice and potatoes and legume and buckwheat and quinoa, so I don't know, because it depends on the environment conditions, like the tropical environment of Mekong Delta. There can be an alternative to rice if it helps um, making, like, letting the raw as soil rest and rotate the crops, because we as Vietnamese, or in Asia in general, we grow up with rice, and we don't have the habit of consume other starch products. We when we think of nutrition, so for example, when we have a crisis, the first thing people want to stock up is rice.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but there could be an alternative, and educate people's different resource of nutrition. It could be part of the sustainable in farming, because I remember there is an effort of reducing the livestock farming in US, like cow. It's produced too much CO2. So instead of having cow as or having beef as the main source of protein, people can be educated to have like other source of, like a plant-based source of protein, and balancing out the diet
Mm-hmm.
as as a as a way of changing the public opinion. They don't need hundred of ton of beef a year. They may produce
Question.
that and switch to another source. So I think by educating consumer,
Mm-hmm.
uh, so the farmer only need to produce twice a year, but with a better output. So for I don't know, you can invest in seeding to, so instead of producing I don't know how much, but let's say 20 tons per acre, um, the with the gene changing, or with the technology in in producing the types of crop that gain more output than what we have right now. And by educating the farmer that if they produce 10 tons of crops and twice a year with better price, they can have better income than 3 crop a year. I think education and and better planning, it could change the pressures in farming. That is my opinion.
No, you are absolutely right. Only thing is, in Mekong, somehow the soil condition and the kind of agriculture environment is there. As you said, like buckwheat or potato, that need very cold environment like Europe. So in Hanoi or let's say Nam Dinh or Bac Ninh or in these areas, yes, where the cold weather is there, potato can be grown in place of rice. North Vietnam also grows a lot of rice, but there, yes, there is a possibility to go in the potato or let's say wheat, which is meeting the environmental condition for these crops. But somehow, Mekong Delta in Vietnam, the kind of the round the year, the temperature, weather, rainfall pattern is very, very favorable for rice. And you will be
All right.
surprising, yeah, you will be surprising that out of total 11 million hectare,
Mm-hmm.
agriculture area in Vietnam,
Yes,
7 million hectare is only rice. And that's Mekong Delta almost have 80%, acreages on that.
that's right.
Um, and it's not going to be easy. But to grow sustainably, now a lot of development is happening by government, and also the precision farming is coming, as you touched in the beginning. Drones are becoming very viable option for farmers in terms of spraying the right dose of chemical, including broadcasting of the fertilizer, including the broadcasting the seedling, and especially in the province like Tinjang, or even in the Kantha side, or even in Kinjang, which is the bigger rice belt.
Mm,
Drones are now becoming more popular to bring. But export orientation of Vietnam
mm,
is making Vietnam to sustainably grow the rice rather than putting any undesirable chemical. So Vietnamese government has taken a lot of positive action. They've banned certain chemicals in the fungicide category or insecticide category, which are harmful for the environment and not desirable for importers. So that's a one part of the sustainability. And now farmers are also exploring banana.
yeah,
Banana cultivation is becoming extremely lucrative. Durian is another. So farmers are exploring undoubtedly. And if me and you or we anybody want to, shift from one crop to other, the only motive and driver is the productivity and the income. I mean, if a farmer
Yeah,
can get better income, they love to shift. Now,
yeah,
question is what crop can help them.
yeah. That I think that is provide like collecting informations and not only the production of different agricultures produced within Vietnam, but also when that product is exported, monitoring the global markets to
yeah,
predict to produce a crop, planning crop predictions, so the farmer can plan ahead their crops and to get the best value out of their effort. I think is a way to have to have farming become more sustainable. I think our time it's up. Or we sorry, we overrun it
yeah,
because Huang is telling me that it's just 30 minutes.
yeah.
But
No
it's very
problem.
interesting to have to hear from you guys, and I really enjoy the discussions. Thank you
No,
so much
no,
for
no
attending.
problem, Miss Lang. Okay, so the sustainability farming, a very interesting subject. I very forgot the subject that. So I think that we continue the subject next week, next time, Mr. Suran, because
Yes,
yes, I will take to research about my our company, and I will
oh,
give us the real experience, the laboratory, how they finish and get the certificates, the sustainability in the farming. All right,
so
what's okay?
sure. I look
Yeah,
forward.
very
Yeah,
interesting because this is just knowledge, how we suggestions, how we just think about that, but in the experience, in practical, I think that's uh just all I think that the farmer not on they cannot do it. The farmers, right, private or individual, they cannot do it. Just the state and the big company do it. They do it.
correct.
Yes, we just discuss about the farmer due to the reason from them, the condition from them, or the error from them. But the state, the governments, and the big company maybe can change anything. Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah, yes, I think and the government from the education, some of the university, farming university can change. Yeah, you understand me?
yes. And
Yeah,
thank you. Miss Lan has given a very,
yeah,
very insightful. Thank you.
yes, that's right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
See you next time.
yes, yes,
Bye.
yes.
See you all. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Suran.
Yes.
Okay, so how when you have free?
Yes. I will. I'm just come to visiting today on banana farmers. So definitely, I'll be sharing my session either this week or next week, whenever the group feel. I will prepare something which can be interest of either agriculture or either whatever the subject you people suggest. I'll be happy to prepare something and share my thoughts.
Yeah, you repair for us.
Okay, I look forward. I'll be
Yes, but
suggesting.
good,
I'll
good time,
suggest
good day.
something meaningful. Yeah.
Good day. I help you. I can help you. Sure.
Yeah, sure. I will confirm. I will this week. Shall we do next week?
Yeah. So if you have the in Ho Chi Minh, just let me know. Okay.
Sure, I will do that. I will
Yeah,
do
we
that.
see
Yeah.
each other directly.
So
Okay.
nice of you. So nice
Yeah.
of you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Okay. Bye.